What if I told you that the anger you feel isn't about the insult itself, but what you tell yourself about it? Picture this. You're walking through a marketplace. Someone bumps into you. They scowl. They mutter something rude. Immediately, your heart races. Your fists clench. Anger rises. But pause. What just happened? The Stoics would say, nothing happened to you. Something happened outside of you. And then, you gave it permission to enter your mind. According to Stoic philosophy, external events hold no inherent meaning. It's your judgment of those events that creates emotional reactions. In other words, you are not angry because of what was said. You are angry because of how you interpreted it. The Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself in his journal, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." This simple yet profound idea forms the backbone of Stoic emotional mastery. It means that you hold the power, not the world, not other people, not random events. The Stoics didn't avoid emotions, they examined them, they questioned them. They trained their minds to respond with reason, not react with impulse. And nowhere is this more evident than in the story you're about to hear. Musonius Rufus was a Roman Stoic philosopher. Though less known than Marcus Aurelius or Seneca, his impact was deep. He taught that philosophy wasn't about abstract thought. It was about action, living your values, training your character. One day, as the story goes, Musonius was giving a public lecture in Rome. A crowd had gathered, as always, but among them was a man who had no interest in learning. This man had a grudge. He viewed Musonius as a fraud, a hypocrite who preached virtue but lived with pride. So he did what bitter men do. He waited for a pause in the lecture and launched into a verbal attack. "You call yourself wise, but you speak like a fool. Your words are empty. You lecture us while you eat from silver plates and sleep on fine beds." The crowd turned. Some gasped, others laughed. The insult echoed. Musonius stood silent. The man stepped closer. "You're a charlatan, a coward, a hypocrite." Still, Musonius said nothing. Then, slowly and calmly, he replied, "You have not harmed me, my friend. You have only revealed who you are." That reply wasn't a comeback. It wasn't meant to hurt. It was simply truth, spoken without anger, without ego. You see, to Musonius, the man's outburst wasn't an offense. It was a reflection, a mirror of that man's internal chaos. And Musonius refused to let it become his own. The crowd was stunned. Silence fell. And in that silence, in that stillness, Musonius won. Not with words, not with force, but with control. Let's break down what Musonius did. First, he paused. That's the first lesson. When anger rises, the Stoics teach us to insert a space, a brief moment between stimulus and response. In that pause lies power, because it allows reason to speak before emotion takes the wheel. Second, he reframed. Instead of seeing the insult as an attack, he saw it as a reflection of the other person's pain, ignorance, or ego. Third, he chose stillness over reaction. Epictetus, one of Musonius's most famous students, once said, "It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them." This idea is simple but revolutionary. You can master your emotions by mastering your interpretations. Imagine if every time someone offended you, you could pause. Ask yourself, is this truly harmful, or is it simply unpleasant? You begin to see anger for what it really is, a signal, a flag waving inside, telling you that your expectations were violated. And once you learn to observe that signal without blindly obeying it, you reclaim your inner freedom. This isn't suppression. Stoics didn't bottle up emotions. They studied them, understood them, transcended them. You may not be a Roman philosopher. You may not lecture in public forums, but you face your own insults. A rude co-worker, an unfair comment online, a betrayal, a snide remark from a family member. And in each of these moments, you face a choice: react or respond. To react is easy. It's natural. It's how the untrained mind operates. But to respond with stillness, with grace, with inner strength, that is the Stoic path. So how can you train this in everyday life? Practice the pause. When you feel triggered, take a breath. Count to 5. Let the wave pass. Journal your reactions. At the end of the day, write down when you lost your calm. What story did you tell yourself? Reframe situations. Instead of saying, "He disrespected me," say, "He acted from his own nature. I choose my response." Reflect daily. Like Marcus Aurelius, keep a journal. Ask, did I control my emotions today, or did they control me? In time, you'll notice a change. Not in others, not in the world, but in yourself. That change, the ability to stay calm while others lose their heads, is true power. Not the power to dominate others, but the power to master yourself. So the next time anger rises, remember Musonius, remember the pause, and choose peace over pride. Because you are the guardian of your mind,